Hey, what's going on, you goopy Galvangelos? Today we're taking a look at a new take on the Greens Engine ReshiZard build. No custom catchers, but we do have the mixed herbs in here instead for a little bit of healing to go alongside the ReshiZard. So yeah, this is Pedro Torres's list. I think I'm one card different. I put an Acrobike in over the 12th Fire. We do have 3 Fire Crystal. And I hate the idea of playing 3 Acrobike. I feel like there's always a way to fit a 4th Acrobike, so I cut a Fire Energy for an Acrobike in this list specifically. And I've had a lot of fun with this list. Now, I do think the Kiawe build is a little bit of the stronger competitive build to go with, but the Greens build is always super fun to play, and the Mixed Herbs build in general does give you some different favorable matchups. You know, it makes the Zoroark matchup a little bit better. Although the Zoroark matchup is already pretty good for both builds of ReshiZard. Mixed Herbs help there. They definitely help a lot in the Zap Beasts matchup. That is one matchup where this build of ReshiZard definitely has a edge over the Kiawe Jirachi build. The Greens Engine definitely has an edge over that build against the Zap Beast matchup, or pretty much most of the one prizer matchups, except something like Nag Quag, but neither of the decks really want to see Nag Quag. But yeah, this one definitely, even this one definitely has a better time against Nag Quag as well. But yeah, that's all I have to say on the list. Let's go ahead and get into some games. The first game here, our start is awful. Not gonna lie, this is a rough start. Hopefully we'll be top decking something here on the top deck. If not, it's gonna probably be Nest Ball for a Volcanion. I mean, we'll see what our opponent has, but Nest Ball for Volcanion is probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, we'll see what our opponent has. Yeah, we opened the Evilax and then got the healing ready to go. Ooh, the Guardy matchup. So Evilax is gonna be our main attacker in this one. Ooh, we prized one though. Or Evilax is just as good as Charizard. They're both pretty good. Gonna go ahead and grab ourselves a Charizard here though, as a follow-up potentially, and then Welder to our active, and hope to draw some good stuff. That's pretty good. We'll be swinging on turn 2. All right, not terrible. You gotta be kind of careful. Guardy can hit really hard, really fast these days with the triple acceleration energy. I mean, they do need quite a bit to still be going for them, but yeah, they hit pretty hard, pretty fast. So gotta be a little bit careful. There's an Ultra Ball from our opponent. One triple down, and the Guardy goes as well. So yeah, their game plan is triple acceleration energy, plus a Secret Spring, plus a Choice Band. Actually, one-shots a Evilax with 4 energy. So Double Blaze with 3 energy is kind of our goal with the Choice Band, to knock out a Guardy. Like, that's what we're looking to do. Looking to pull off. I mean, we'll be sitting here dumb truck pressing as long as we possibly can, but if this gets KO'd pretty quickly, I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, so sit here, dumb truck press while we can. It'll probably fall off pretty soon. That's fine though, not that big of a deal. Probably won't get too much value of the mixed herbs. Probably not even necessary to use them, so probably be flinting these away. In this matchup, the custom catchers would probably have been a little bit better, just kind of comparing the builds. I know some people play the custom catchers and the mixed herbs. That one's crazy, man. So yeah, greens, gonna get ourselves a flint, and I kind of want to just get a heat factory so we can just see cards. I always feel like that's kind of like a big deal sometimes. It's just want to be able to see cards, man. Sometimes I just want to see cards. Get the fires, thin out the deck. Go ahead and heat factory. Just want to see some cards, see some more options, make it easier for me to decide what I'm going to do turn to turn. And then dump truck press. We got the Choice Band, so now we're just missing the Welder off of the Pokegear, hopefully, to make this Charizard set up and get it ready to start knocking down some Gardevoirs with the Double Blaze. And that's why I said, like, the Double Blaze is important, because it's 3 energy, which means a Gardevoir cannot go triple acceleration energy. Fairy Choice Band is not enough to knock out a Charizard. So important, if we can pull it off. There is that. Oh, they're almost there. They just need the Choice Band. Yeah, Guardy is actually, like, I think it's okay right now, because it does have the triple acceleration energy. A big difference in the damage this deck can do in the matchups that are like currently relevant in the meta, specifically like this matchup here. Being able to one-shot the ReshiZard if it has 4 energy, or like an EV Snorlax if it has 4 energy. Pretty big difference compared to what you could do with a DCE, you know, just like one set ago. Definitely a game changer. You do lose it at the end of your turn, but when you're drawing 3 prizes for a trade of losing your energy attached to your guards, where I think that's usually going to be a fine situation. Oh, the Wondrous Labyrinth. I did not remember the Wondrous Labyrinth. We probably should have held on to our Heat Factory. I completely forgot about that card. That's no good. There's the concession from our opponent, though. I guess they decide us taking down this Guardian, which we were about to do with just an energy attachment. It was a little bit too much to keep up with, so we take the first dub here, I guess. First here in this second game. Great opening hand. The starter, not as good. Opening EV Snorlax is not super great, but it's like not that big of a deal. It's like fine. Neutral. It's alright. Double mixed herbs already in the hand. Greens for Flint plus Nest Ball and then attach active. We have no idea what we're playing against. That always makes it a little awkward to decide what to do early on in these games when we don't have any idea what we're playing against. So we're gonna go for, yeah, Nest Ball plus Flint, I think. Yeah. I mean, if it is a mirror match, we definitely want to set up a ReshiZard instead. So I think we're actually just gonna go get a ReshiZard to set up and then attach to the ReshiZard instead. Definitely would rather set up a ReshiZard than a EV Snorlax, so yeah, pass over to our opponent. We'll see what's gonna get thrown at us from here. Yeah, super hard to tell, man. It gets tough. You don't know what your opponent's playing with this deck. You have a lot more options of ways you can play out your games. If you're playing like the Kiawe build of ReshiZard, it's basically Kiawe to ReshiZard, set up Arcanine, and then that kind of covers all your matchups. You'll be able to come up with something out of those two. This one, or EV Snorlax, but you can usually tell if you're playing against Zoroark by their starting Pokemon. So yeah, alright, it is the mirror match, so we made the right call with attaching to the ReshiZard on the bench. Definitely more optimal there. This is pretty tough though. Pretty tough matchup. I think we're definitely unfavored. Definitely unfavored. It can be really tough to kind of they just get the Kiawe down. They already got the Ultra Ball right here. I mean, we could have Welder. Oh, we couldn't have even Welder turn one to our ReshiZard. Yeah, we're gonna look to Welder to this ReshiZard and kind of hope they don't have attach Guzma next turn. There goes a Power Plant. Interesting choice in the Jirachi build to have the Power Plant in there. You play a lot of Pokemon GX abilities there. There's the Lele, so that's going to be getting the Kiawe. The question is, will they also have the energy attachment for turn to the ReshiZard? If they don't have that, it's not quite as bad because we can take time to kind of match them with a 6 energy Charizard or even set up a second Charizard. But if they do have the energy attachment, that's where it gets rough. Oh man, here we go. Yeah, this is where it gets really rough here. They got the 5 energy turn 1 Charizard, and now we have to come up with some kind of response, which is never fun, man. Never fun. All right, Fiery Flint. Gonna get rid of the herbs. A lot of one-shotting gonna be going down. I don't think we're gonna be able to utilize the herbs too well in this one. Definitely have better matchups for the herbs. The mirror match is not one of them. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, not a great follow-up. We're just gonna have to be attached to Charizard. Pass. Hope they don't have Energy Guzma. They have Energy Guzma. I think this one is just about wrapped up. We'll see what they have here on their turn. Starting off with a Stellar Wish. I'm already scared, man. If they get anything, if they get the Guzma here, I mean, they might have an energy. Oh no, the Escape Rope is also so good. I haven't seen the Escape Rope in this build in a little bit. The Escape Rope is actually great here for our opponent. There's the Fire Crystal. That one is pretty. This one's pretty much gonna be over. And this is why the Kiawe build is favored against the Greens build. You just don't get to 6 energy as fast, but you still got to represent the threat of your own Charizard. And we're gonna go ahead and bow out of this one here on this attack from our opponent. Yeah, when you got it, you got it. It's not too hard for this deck to actually get the turn 1 Kiawe into turn 2 Guzma. You got a lot of draw power through stuff like Acrobikes and draw support from like Dedenne and Let Loose. So yeah, really not too big of a surprise that they're able to pull it off there. So we're taking an L here in the second game pretty quickly, just like a pretty quick dub in the first one. Into another one here, we are up against a Wailord Magikarp. There's a Chikorita and then a Charizard. So it is that mill deck I think we're going to be playing against here. Yeah. So I think our plan is just to swing with ReshiZard ASAP, and then keep going from there. There's a Steven's Resolve. All right, so yeah, it is that some kind of mill deck for sure. There's the Steven's Resolve from our opponent. Yeah, so our game plan is gonna be pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Knock this thing out. Flint away these two. Get some energy. Go with an acrobike. Get the well. Probably go for the Guzma here. Then attach and welder. Should have welded first. Maybe would have changed my attachment. I don't think so though. And gonna go ahead and outrage this Magikarp. Now we can kill it with the Flame Strike with Kukui plus Choice Band. That is a little bit to have, but it won't be too difficult to get later down the line potentially. Probably gonna look for Guzma KO something off the bench this turn. Maybe not with the way things are now playing out actually. Looks like double Meganium will be hitting the field, so I don't think we're gonna be going after the Guzma play anytime soon now. There's a Stevens, so we could chase the Meganium and knock that out. The way if they don't go for Candy Meganium. Yeah, I think we will do that. I think we will Guzma Meganium, knock it out. So that means they're going to have to go with Candy Meganium off that Steven's Resolve as well. So let's just go with that. And Flare Strike for the knockout here. I guess it is possible we get Lugia and lose the game, but I don't think they would be playing Lugia. They may be playing Lugia. I'm curious as to what they're actually trying to set up through the Meganium. It's probably Rhyperior plus Charizard GX eventually, to close out the game with Charizard GX's GX attack. It is possible they are playing Lugia counter energy and stuff like that. That is possible. I don't think they would be, but will not be the first time that I've been wrong. So there's a Resolve, and we could Nest Ball to kind of protect ourselves from that. I'm feeling like living on the edge this game. There's a Dratini. No idea what that's going to evolve into here. There's a Steven's Resolve from our opponent. Yeah, they didn't expect us to knock out the Chikorita there, that's for sure. If we could somehow knock out this Chikorita, that would also be great, but I doubt we're going to be able to do that. We're going to have to settle with just Outrage, knock out the Jirachi, but that's fine with me. In this scenario, we do have the Kukui, so Kukui, knock out Jirachi is fine with me. We want to hold on to our Heat Factory for as long as possible. It's very possible our opponent plays Stadiums that we're going to have to deal with. Like Wondrous Labyrinth, stuff like that, so it does wake up, that's fine. Draw Kukui, 2, and then Outrage for the knockout on the Jirachi. Let's see what kind of price card we're getting. Nest Ball, sure, sounds good. Wailord makes his way back to the active, a little risky because we could Double Blaze knock this thing out. There's the Candy Meganium. And then we will see the Quick Ripening Herb probably for the Dragonite here. And then I guess I could run into, once again, Lugia, DCE, Counter Gain, Acerola. Acerola getting off the Fast Call. So we could lose to Lugia once again here. Let's see what they Fast Call for. Down 3, Steven's Resolve. There's a Lieutenant Surge. So Lieutenant Surge plus Lucamine is not super unlikely here. Lieutenant Surge for the Gladion. See if this gets followed up by an Acerola. I'm just scared of the Acerola happening, man. And then Lugia winning them the game with the GX attack and Lost Purging away our only Pokemon in play, which does mean we would lose the game. I kind of have a feeling like they don't play that combo, but I guess we'll find out here. There's a Communication. Get rid of Dragonite. Another Chikorita. Alright. We should be doing fine then. I don't think they play the Lugia combo. They still might. So still a little scared. They didn't have it this turn. But they're just Steven's Resolve. They could have it this next turn, I guess. Probably not going to be able to get the knockout here. Would have loved to have a Welder knockout on this Wailord Magikarp and then just have one prize left to kind of put together to close this one out. But I don't think that's happening this turn, and we could get lucky. I might bench the Reshiram this turn. We'll think about it. We'll see what our top deck is. Now we're probably just gonna go greens for Flint plus Guzma, so we can just chase this thing down and knock it out, or chase down something else and knock it out. Yeah, we're gonna go greens, Flint plus Guzma, 5 energy left in the deck. All right, Flint, I'm gonna get rid of these mixed herbs. Nest ball. I think I will just bench a Volk. I think that's fine. Nest ball. Just fail it. Just get out of the deck. Attach and oh, we could Flare Strike. Well, we may as well Flare Strike then, right? Oh wait, I could have gotten Kukui off this and then knocked out. I didn't realize that I had the potential to do that. Well, we already played the greens. That's right, we top decked the Poke here. Well, may as well just hit him with a Flare Strike here. Get those damage numbers up. Can maybe knock him out next turn with an Outrage or something like that. If not, we can look for that Double Blaze for the 300 damage, which also knocks out the Whale Lord. That also works. There's a Hoopa. So Acerola would be pretty good here from our opponent. But we do have the Reshiram, stuff like that left, so we can still get through this Hoopa. Didn't quite see what they stretchered for there. Second Meganium, okay. I would expect an, yep, Acerola, and then send up the Hoopa here. So our plan is to take this knockout with the Reshiram, and look for a welder off the Pokegear. Pretty good chance of finding it, and then we'll just have to piece together a couple more prizes. Have the Guzma for later on. So on. Oh, there was the Kukui too. Oh, my bad. Pokegear, no welder. Guess we could just go with the Heat Factory here. To find it. There it is. See how many fire are in here. Only one. Treat. Crystal for 3. So 2 switch cards, 2 Guzmas. We should be good to close this one out. We only have 17 cards left in deck, which means we do have to be careful of the our opponent decking us out, actually. We do have a Judge, though, to reset, so I'm not too scared of that, but that is, I think, our opponent's win condition. They definitely play the Charizard, because we saw them get rid of the Charmander. So they definitely play the Charizard. That's GX attack, mills the top 10 cards of the deck, and I would assume they play something like the Rhyperior or something like that. So we gotta be careful of that as well. So yeah, got some stuff to be scared of. I think we'll go Escape Rope next turn, and then just go GX knock something out into Guzma knock something out. That'll be our game plan. Keep the Guzma. We could go. Nice to get the one. We could go attach Guzma and knock this thing out with GX attack. I don't really want a GX attack though. I think I'll Escape Rope and see what our opponent sends up. Because if they send up one of these, then we can knock it out with the Reshiram with the switch. Then save our GX attack in case we have to get through another Whale Lord, which is potentially we do have to do that. So I'm gonna Escape Rope, see what our opponent sends up, and then make our choice from there. And we could do the Welder knockout Lele with Flare Strike, but then we get pretty low in deck size, and I don't want to risk losing to a Rhyperior plus a Charizard. So do this, and then just Scorching Breath for the knockout. And now next turn, all we need is a Guzma, even if they should judge us or let loose us. I got quite a few outs, and if not, we have quite a bit of time until we actually need the Guzma. So I think we have this one pretty much locked up against our opponent's Meganium Dragonite deck. That's all we've seen so far, really. They have the Hoopa for stall. I kind of expected that. Interesting choice of having a Jirachi in there as well. We know they play the Charizard. I don't think that's going to be relevant this game. We'll see here. They go with a Nest Ball. See what they have available to them. I'm actually curious what else they would have going on here. They're just grabbing themselves a Jirachi. There it is. So there's the Rhyhorn. So it definitely is a mill deck attached to Lele. Oh, they might be Ace-rolling the Lele here, which is pretty annoying, not going to lie. Ace-roll Lele is pretty annoying here. There's the Surge. And I assume a Steven's Resolve will be coming down here as well. But now we can go Guzma, knock out the Meganium, and get rid of that. There's a Faba grab from the Fast Call. So they must be running out of supporters in their deck then. if they're getting a Faba, which does absolutely nothing at this point. So yeah, now we can just go Guzma, knock out Meganium with the Flare Strike, and then this one should be pretty much locked up. Could also just hard retreat, knock out Dragonite, but knocking out the Meganium should just pretty much secure this one and leave it no way for our opponent to win. That I can see anyways. Maybe they got something else going on, but I doubt it. Yeah, I think I'll just go with that. The Guzma knockout. We have another Guzma in deck. If we have to find it, we can. I got like 2 Pokegears, so we can dig with those. Should be in a good spot at this point. See if they can get anything set up off the Steven's Resolve. I don't think anything that they can get off Steven's Resolve will be able to deal with us going Guzma, knockout Meganium. So I think that's just what we're going to go with here is just Guzma, knock out the Meganium. Because I don't think anything they could possibly have in hand could deal with this situation happening. So it seems like the best idea to me. Get that greens off the prize, not relevant. Yeah. I don't think anything they could possibly have in hand or got off Steven's Resolve could deal with Guzma, knock out Meganium. So, the game should be over. Let our opponent play through their last couple actions here. But we should be winning on our next turn. No problem at all. Yeah, we'll see if they have any last surprises, but like I said, I don't think anything actually exists. There's the Ultra Ball, they can get the Chikorita back, but they don't really have anything they can send that are active that can actually live through the Double Blaze GX. Even if they send up like a Hoopa or something, we can put 6 energy on this, we can retreat to the Reshiram. Like, we just have too many options at this point. They would need something very good at this point to be able to stop us. There's an Ultra Ball. They could have hoped to set up the Wailord and have that live for a turn, I guess. That would have been like reasonable from our opponent. But there's the concession, and we take a win over this interesting mill deck from our opponent. Didn't really stand a chance, I don't think, but ReshiZard is very good at beating control in mill deck, so it's about what I expected. Into another one here, an EV Lax start, never ideal. Gonna Pokegear, grab the Welder, and then we will greens. Gonna go ahead and get ourselves a Nest Ball for a ReshiZard, and maybe just grab Heat Factory to draw some cards. Kind of like the idea of that. Nah. Welder, just grab another Welder. Kind of torn on this one actually, on what to grab here. Definitely want to set up all that energy on a ReshiZard on the following turn. Maybe need more energy after that. Anyways, could just grab another greens. This one's tough actually. We don't know what the Welder's ever going to draw us. Heat Factory is okay. Just draw some cards with Heat Factory. Nah, but we don't want to give our opponent Heat Factory. Ooh! In case they are playing a fire deck themselves. I'm just going to grab another greens here, I think. Nest Ball, go ahead and get ourselves a ReshiZard. Unfortunately, prize the ReshiZard. Is the mirror match. That would be potentially detrimental. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what's going on here. They did open the Lele, so that doesn't give us a whole ton of info as to what's going on with our opponent's deck. There's the Marshadow, so I'm actually assuming now, probably playing against a Zoroark deck. This guy's usually in Zoroark decks most commonly. So EV Snorlax wants to be our go-to guy in this one for the most part, but with our opponents start being this slow, we can kind of do whatever we want. I don't want to get rid of any of those cards in hand, so we're going to just be swinging with the ReshiZard on this immediately. Go ahead and Flint away, greens, and a Pokegear. Yeah, we're just going to be swinging. They can get that catwalk off on the next turn because they did get the Meowth, but I'm kind of fine with that for the way this game is starting. So, Flare Strike, take out this Lele off the rip. Second ReshiZard and a Volk, not super relevant, either of those are, but that's fine. They're just here along for the ride. Yeah, looking pretty good. We're in a really good spot here. Just gonna look to set up probably the EV Snorlax. Also might want to set up the Baby Volcanion as well. The Reshiram is a little bit better in this matchup because it can one-shot stuff like Slowking and Muck, if we ever want to chase the Muck. I guess we don't need to chase Muck with this, but we have no abilities. Never mind. Yeah, one-shot in the Slowking though, definitely potentially better. They're already going Lele for Judge here. Devoured Field Blade doesn't make a difference, and there's the Judge. Alright, sounds good to me. We can definitely still like try and utilize a Volcanion or two, or a Volcanion and probably the Reshiram. Alright, not a whole ton of options in this one, in this hand. Definitely been slowed down a bit here. I don't want to really waste my GX attack on the Marshadow, so we'll probably just flint away the Volcanion plus our top deck, get an energy for this EV Lax, and then look to build up from there. A great top deck would be the Escape Rope or a Welder. Excuse me. Greens at this point would also be pretty good. Kind of any supporter would be pretty good, except for, I mean, Judge would be okay. Wouldn't be a huge fan of getting the Judge, but yeah, there's that Catwalk, like I mentioned. They can do that. We did KO a Lele. There's that Ditto, which is probably going to become a Slow King, if I had to guess, and then pass back over to us. Alright, so let's Flint first, get the fires out of the deck so we don't draw into those before we Acrobike. Alright, Acrobike. Judge. Definitely want it. Yeah, I guess we just go ahead and play it. Does give our opponent +2 cards, but we know one of the cards in the hand is probably a supporter, so oh well. And just gonna go ahead and Outrage for 30 onto the Marshadow. Nothing spectacular, but better than nothing, I guess. Next turn, we're going to greens for a Welder and a Crystal, because this guy's probably going down over the next couple turns. Nothing we can do about that. Just kind of let him go. Alright, there's a Zoroark on the Ditto instead. I was definitely expecting that to become Slow King, but they maybe have no other draw in the hand, so they got to make that the Zoroark here. So currently no threat of the Slow King for the next turn at all. They can still get the Slowpoke down. That's where I assume this Nest Ball is going. Or something to maybe deal with the Snorlax. Okay, there is the Type Null, so they can deal with both with that. Definitely got to be scared of this guy. There's a Guzma on my EV Lax. That is very rude. We still have our Escape Rope in deck, so we're probably going to be Escape Rope and moving this guy out of the active. And then he's going to hit him up with a Riotous Beating. Let's see what our top deck is. It is the Welder, so we can go greens here. Get ourselves the Escape Rope and a Fire Crystal for the next turn. When we assume the ReshiZard is going down, I'm going to go ahead and heal this guy up. Nice. And Escape Rope. See what our opponent sends up here. No matter what, they have to kind of give us a prize card. It's just what are they going to give us? Probably the Marshadow, I would assume. Don't really mind. We'll just go ahead and Flare Strike that. That's fine. Okay, they're giving us the Lele, which means we're only 2 prizes away from winning this game. It's an interesting send up from our opponent. Definitely don't want this in play anymore. Alright, we're going to Flare Strike, knock it out. They do get to go Catwalk now. But I don't think I really care if they get the Catwalk if they're just going to send up another GX, which, I mean, this is probably just going to become a Silvally and then go Water type with the Memory. And then we will just knock it out with the EV Snorlax. So very questionable play from our opponent. Because, yeah, now we just get to draw our last 2 prizes. I mean, they kind of have, maybe they judge us. It's possible that they have Judge or Let Loose. But they don't even know if our hand is good or bad, I don't think. They know we have a Fire Crystal. I think that's the only information they have on our hand. There's the triple. There's the Water Memory. They also need Kukui. Okay, they had everything in that hand. Yeah, it is going to be the knockout, but we just have the response knockout with the EV Snorlax. I guess they're just kind of hoping we don't have the Welder play here, which unfortunately for our opponent we do. So yeah, alright, sounds good to me. Yeah, they just literally had one, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just enough there, but for how poorly they drew early on, you know, you got to give them something eventually. But yeah, not going to be quite enough here this game for our opponent, as we do have the multiple Fire Crystals into the Welder knockout on this Silvally with our EV Snorlax. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Attach. And then the Dump Truck Press for the knockout here on the Silvally GX to give us our last 2 prize cards against this Zoroark deck. Neither of us drew super optimally, but we just found energy and started attacking. That's all you really need with the ReshiZard decks. Find your energy, start attacking, and you're good to go. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video with the greens ReshiZard with the herbs. They did help out there in that last game, like I said. Definitely a super fun deck to play around with. But if you're looking to be super competitive with the ReshiZard, I recommend going with the Kiawe build for sure. Definitely go with that guy. But if you're looking to have a little bit more fun with the greens build, if you're trying to beat Zap Beasts, maybe give yourself a little bit more of an advantage against Zoroark decks, I think this build does do both those things for you, so go with this guy. Also a little bit better of a matchup against Weezing, so if you're looking to try and beat basically the one Prizer decks in general, I feel like. Nagquag as well, this build is a little bit better against Nagquag than the Kiawe build. If you're looking to just be fast and aggressive, the Kiawe build, fast, aggressive, and a little bit more consistent, in my opinion, like overall throughout the game. The Kiawe build is the way to go with. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links to my Twitch live stream, PTCO import for the deck list, and social media links in the description below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.